David, you've been using Before You Bid for about 2 years now. Can you tell me a scenario where you have increased the sale price of your property just by simply having a report ready for building and pest or strata?
Yeah, sure. Look, for us, it all comes down to competition.
Yep.
The more competition we have on a property, the higher the price will be. The great thing about something like Before You Bid and having the building and pest report already done means buyers are far more, we find that buyers are far more comfortable in bidding and aggressively going after a property at an auction.
Yes.
We just had 2 properties that we sold at auction on the weekend.
Yes.
One was a property in St Ives that we had Before You Bid. Where that helped us tremendously was the building and pest report found quite a major problem before we put it onto the market, so we could have that rectified. The building inspector came back out and then resubmitted the report with the repairs made. So if we hadn't have had that done, the buyer had have done one the day before the auction or the week leading up to auction, they probably would have pulled out of the deal.
Yes.
So that helped save the property from not selling.
Yes.
And then the other property we sold it to a buyer who saw it for the first time on auction day, and they were comfortable once we explained the Before You Bid process and how they were able to buy the report and then get it put into their name. They were comfortable and confident in then bidding at a property that they'd only just seen. So that was a really good example of why having a building inspection done up front helped us facilitate the deal. But we'd far rather like the transparency and the information up front. So if we know if there's any issues, then at least we can get them rectified.
And David, what would you say to real estate agents in other areas who are not in a habit of getting a building and pest or strata report done prior to auction or opens?
I think in the world we live in today, people want transparency and they want information. So the more information we can give buyers, the far more chance we've got of getting a deal done. They'll feel far more comfortable as a buyer and bidding at a property. So I think information is crucial, and us providing information is really important.
David, so you've been using that model we offer where the buyers pay a small fee to download a report and the vendors pay a small fee just to commission the report. What would you say about that model, and why have you chosen that out of 6 models?
Yeah, look, we like it because as an agent, you want to know who's buying the report. And if somebody's paying, although it be a small amount, but $49 for a report, you know there is some level of interest there. It also means our vendors up front don't have to pay a huge amount, so it's a lot easier to get them to agree to it. So it's a win-win in both scenarios. I think if we just go and buy a report outright and then give it out to every buyer, it's hard to know who the genuine people are, and sometimes buyers show their hand a little bit more to you if they're spending the $49. You're not going to do that if you're not interested in the home.
That's a great answer. Thank you so much for your support
It's
and
our
time,
pleasure.
David.
Yeah.